What's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is the D to the L to the N, the deal in sports. And this is the Cashline. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Real quick, had a bad night last night in MLB. Probably put up the worst score I ever put up in Major League Baseball. But that's fantasy, y'all. and that's what it is. And you're going to have nights like that. You got to eat that and be able to move on to the next day like nothing happened. Because certain things that happen in games you just can't control. But on the other hand, Cashline's growing. One of the other members, Ryan, that baseball extravagant, he been doing this thing all week. You know what I mean? It was good to see. We just started rocking the logos, and it was just good to see that Cashline logo up at the top. You know what I mean? He was in first place for a good amount of the night, and it was good to see that Cashline logo at the top. Because when this NFL started, y'all, we're gonna see that Cashline is gonna be scattered throughout the fantasy world. But last night they did get to see the Cashline logo. In the whole fantasy world, they seen that Cashline logo at the top. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. That's when you start to change this thing. Because once the NFL started, the whole money part of this thing is going to change. It's going to go to a whole nother level and change some people's lives. But like I say, appreciate that, Ryan. Appreciate you rocking the logo up there. And the fantasy world was looking at the Cashline last night, and I appreciate it. Now we're doing the Bears today. Number 29 team. We're gonna do a team every couple days up until the NFL season, so that way we'll know where the value is for every team, and we can jump right in there full head of steam. Now they was 3-13 last year, y'all. They're a bad team, and they're gonna be bad this year too. So we got to try to find out where that fantasy value is, and you got to remember we're playing matchups. We're not playing players' names. We're playing price points and things like that. So the coach last year was John Fox. He used to coach Denver. He's a pretty good coach, but this is just a bad team. You know what I mean? With their number one pick, they took Trubisky, kind of got bamboozled. They moved up one spot to get Trubisky, and they could have stayed pat right there at number 3 and probably still got him, but they ended up going and giving the 49ers a couple picks to move up one spot, and the 49ers wasn't going to take them anyway. So they kind of got bamboozled on that. Now, with the number 2 pick, they took this kid named Shahan, tight end out of Ashland College. That's one of them wait and see projects. Got to wait and see how that turns out. And they didn't have a 3rd round pick, but in the 4th round pick, they took a kid named Eddie Jackson out of Alabama. He's a safety. I love them Alabama boys. They come in ready to play. They come in NFL ready out of Alabama. Believe that. Now the free agent losses, they lost Alshon Jeffrey, and that was a big loss for them, and that's gonna hurt them. It's gonna hurt them bad. So the receiving crew got hurt a little bit, but they did bring in Victor Cruz. Like I said, at the quarterback position, they got Mike Glennon, probably gonna be starting. Trubisky backing him up. Hopefully he won't have to play this year because it's gonna be a problem playing behind that Bears line. Now here's where the fantasy value is, y'all. I think this is where the fantasy value is for the Chicago Bears, and that's at running back, and that's that Jordan Howard kid. I played him a couple times last year, and he always got me somewhat decent value. So I think that's where the fantasy value is going to be with the Chicago Bears, and we got to keep an eye on him all year long. Now, the wide receiver, with Alshon Jeffrey gone, that brings up the Cameron Meredith. He moves up a little bit. Kevin White, who's a real big kid, he moves up a little bit. And like I said, they brought in that Victor Cruz, who's an established receiver and probably going to get a lot of touches up there in Chicago. So we can weed through that here and there. But this Bears team is going to be pretty bad. Now, you got to remember that division that they're in, y'all. They're in that division with the Packers, who went 10-6 last year. The Lions went 9-7. The Vikings went 8-8, and the Bears went 3-13. So there it is. That shows you where the value is and how these Bears are looking. So the big baller, the shot caller, the slate changer, y'all, for the Chicago Bears is going to be Jordan Howard. You know what I mean? That running back, I think we can use him a couple times, and we're going to attack that Bears defense, because that Bears defense, so if we get the right quarterback in a matchup against that Bears defense, we're going to attack it. And I don't see it being a problem. The butt squeaker that I got for the Chicago Bears is going to be that Mike Glennon, the quarterback, because you got to remember, we're playing fantasy, y'all, and these guys are going to be so behind in a lot of these games that he's going to be throwing the ball the whole game. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be fantasy points. Remember, we're playing price points. That's the same thing as a lot of times Tom Brady will have the same amount of points as a sorry quarterback. Why is that? Because the Patriots get up so big that they ain't got to throw the ball no more. And these terrible quarterbacks, the whole second half, they're throwing the ball just trying to catch up. And those are fantasy points. In the maggot of the day for the Chicago Bears is going to be the Bears defense. And like I said, we're going to attack it. We're going to attack it. You know, now they got a rough schedule. Listen to these teams, y'all. They got the Falcons, then the Buccaneers, then the Steelers, then the Packers, then the Vikings, then the Ravens, then the Panthers, Saints, Packers, Lions, Eagles, 49ers, Bengals, Lions, Browns, and Vikings. So out of that whole thing, you probably got the Saints, the 49ers, and the Browns that are pretty much on their same level. So that looks like another 3-13 to me, or right in that area. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in, man. We'll be doing the number 28 team here in a day or two. I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know what I mean? Everything's going good. Like I said, Ron, I appreciate you, man, rocking that logo up at the top of the fantasy world last night. They seen us. And everybody have a good day and good luck today. Cashline, baby.